As I said in my update, this rant is going before my review, mainly because I think that this is becoming more and more important. This rant is about Twilight and the notorious Twitards. I figured what the heck and crammed a few subjects together. First, Twilight. I won't lie, when I first heard about Twilight, I liked it. I thought that, while unorthodox to what real vampires are like, the writing is solid, and it's just a silly representation of Stephenie Meyer's fantasy world. I had only read Twilight when Twilight movie rumors started to surface, and sure enough, shortly after confirmation, little bits of the movie started to be leaked through what we called the internet. Being the curious girl I was, I looked at some of these leaked scenes, and that was enough to tell me that this movie is going to blow. But sure enough, when Twilight came around in movie theaters, my boyfriend, his sister, and I all went to go see it. And I was right. The movie sucked. The acting was horrible. The actors didn't look anything like how they should. They took out most of the good scenes of the book and butchered the scenes left over and just overall killed the book. My god, I've never seen as much sucking since Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan became legal. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to the meat of this rant. Twitards. If you've never heard of nor come into contact with a Twitard, consider yourself lucky. Damn, I was so passionate about that consider yourself lucky, I ripped the paper while underlining it. But seriously, you're very lucky. Why? Well, in order to answer that, first let us learn the definition of Twitard. Twitard. Adjective. A person, usually of the female species in their younger adolescent years, who obsesses over vampires who sparkle, especially Edward Cullen, and in extreme cases think that they themselves are sparkly vampires or werewolves and can get violent when their beliefs are opposed. If that was too proper, let me put it this way. These fuckers are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They obsess over Twilight in unhealthy ways and have gotten physically violent because people didn't like the books or movie. And the really sad part is that I'm not even kidding about this in extreme cases thing. I've had to deal with this one girl who was such a Twitard. Not only did she think that she was a vampire, oh no, but she thought she was a vampire who sparkled. Ugh! I feel the awesomeness of vampires rapidly dying. Going, dead. And, as I said, Twitards have been known to get violent. In the description will be a link to an awesome ranter and video maker named Lily Livers, who went in depth about these violent outbreaks. I also had to deal with a Twitard at lunch during school. Here's the scene. I'm in line, lunch tray in hand, when a girl and her friend strut up behind me. One girl had a copy of New Moon in her hand and a tote bag with Edward and Bella's face plastered on it. I knew right then and there that that girl was a Twitard. But then, she unfortunately spoke. She turned to her friend and said, not even paraphrasing here, people, Twilight, oh my god, I love Twilight, you should totally read the book, Edward is so hot. Needless to say, I wanted to beat her with the tray until she became silent and I lost my appetite. First of all, Edward is a character from a book. He didn't even have a face to fall in love with, and when they did finally give him a face, he looked like this. Ugh. Second, you stupid teeny boppers are so into getting your own little minds filled with such stupid fantasies that you even pissed off your god of writing, Stephenie Meyer herself. You know that last book in the series? The one from Edward's point of view? Yeah, that was supposed to be a prequel to Twilight, but you pissed off Stephenie Meyer by putting some of her unfinished work on the web, and as punishment, she decided that she would make that the last book in the series. Yup, that's because of you, assholes. Now don't get me wrong here. If you like Twilight, there's no problem with that. I'm not saying that Twilight is necessarily bad for everyone, although I personally do think it sucks. If you like Twilight, that's fine. I've got no problems with you. I'm not trying to make fun of you or degrade your book. I'm just pointing this out for the actually quite common people who go out of their way to physically harm others or yell at people or threaten them or do other insane things over a stupid book that's made out of paper and nothing more, or a movie that, you know, could have been a lot better if they actually put a bit more time and effort into it rather than just crank it out so that all of you people would go and see it. If you like the movie, that's fine. If you like the book, that's fine. If you're one of those stupid people who has to go and insult people or physically harm people just because they don't think as highly of it as you, you need to go get hit by a freaking bus. And I'm not even kidding here, people. Well, now that I'm done ripping the Twilight Twitards a new one, I am going to go watch some real vampire movies. To the Blade trilogy! Away!